Y'all thought we weren't gonna talk about this, huh? Not in a million years. Y'all, today, welcome to the video talking about the newest pack that's coming to Wizard101. I'm a day late. They added this into the loyalty store yesterday. This is something that I think could change the game. Your eyes don't deceive you. They updated the loyalty store, and basically what they've done historically is if there's a pack that they're gonna add to the crown shop, they add it early to the loyalty store. So if you're a member, you can basically buy them before anybody else. So I got some tokens. I wanted to buy these. I wanted to see what this whole new event spellman pack is all about. If y'all don't know, event spellmans pertain to Beast Moon specifically, which are spellmans that right now you can only get from doing Beast Moon and the very new Portal Apparel event. There hasn't been a way to pay for these. I want to see what this is all about. I'm about to open it. Okay, so this is what I thought it was. So what this looks like is, if you open up packs, basically using your loyalty tokens, you can basically get a bunch of spellmans, 7 slots worth of things that you can only get from doing Beast Moon. Additionally, I don't know if y'all noticed this, but it looks like it's using the same mechanic as the Arc 2 Spellman packs, where basically the bottom 3 Spellmans seem to be school specific. I'm on a myth opening this, and the bottom 3 have always been myth. They've been Vermins, Ethers, and Golem Taunts. Now, why is this such a big deal? Because officially now, no matter what Spellman you're trying to upgrade in your inventory, there is now a way to pay to upgrade it all the way to max if you want to. You can do this with the Arc 1 pack, the Arc 2 pack, the lore packs, or now the event spellman pack. Now, I think a big part of this is really, it's going to come down for me how much this pack will end up costing. Right now, this isn't even in the crown shop yet, but if it's like any of the Saga Spellman packs, it would be very cheap, meaning this is going to be a way to get Spellmans that's way faster than doing the original method, which is Beast Moon, an entire side activity. I'm really conflicted on this, y'all. Here's the reason. I think the timing of this pack is actually extremely important. In the most recent update, they added Spellman pats. The bottom pats, if you open your spell writing tier tab, like, it'll be the bottom pats on any Beast Moon Spellman. They updated a bunch of them so that they're actually useful in a way that they weren't before. And all of these new Beast Moon Spellmans, they all follow the same pattern as the Regenerate Spellman, which is also from Beast Moon. And the idea is the base version is either no PvP or not the useful version that you would want to upgrade the spell for. Right, if I was a myth, I'm not really interested in a hit and set shield when I can get something that hits and tower shield. In yet another recent update, they also made it so that you can buy Lunari with crowns, meaning this is yet another way where a side activity like Beast Moon that you could do maybe and actually like get rewards, now there's just a way to pay crowns so you don't have to even do anything to get reward. This is the reason why I'm conflicted. I feel like they've manufactured a need for these spellmans, especially if you want to do PvP. They've made it pretty difficult to actually do Beast Moon to, like, get all the spellmans that you need, especially if you want to max them out. And then they added a pack where you could basically pay your way to, like, basically not doing anything. In turn, what's gonna end up happening is a bunch of people are gonna be like, wow, I can pay for this pack, one less barrier of entry for PvP. But I think that's kind of stupid. It's basically still a barrier. If you're the type of person that doesn't want to pay crowns, period, now you're going to be going against people that did Beast Moon to get these spellmans and also paid to get these spellmans. So this is yet another update revolving around spellmans where if you're willing to pay, this is a mad W. But if you're not willing to pay, this is yet another disadvantage you'll have to surmount with pure effort alone. This seems to be the message that's getting sent all the damn time. And I think event spellmans specifically seem to be free of this, and now they're not anymore. Now, with all that being said, I do feel like playing this game and getting spellmans should not feel like a full-time job. And I think there's been a major concern for a lot of people, especially nowadays, right? If you're like me and you actually like try to like go after all of these spellmans and you're not trying to like, completely pay to win it, it is hours and hours of work. I recently maxed everything on every wizard except my myth. And I can tell you based on that experience, if you look through all my spellies, you'll see most of them are maxed. But even, if you account for the ones that aren't, it's still hours and hours of work for me to get all the extra spellmans I would need to say that I could max everything. So for people that don't want to spend all that time, this is a perfect pack to add to the crown shop, right? This is like a win-win situation in that regard, right? Wiz makes money. People that don't want to, like assign their lives to this game, they can, probably buy a relatively cheap pack, maybe get the 75 spellmans they need at least to upgrade, and maybe if they're really overzealous with it, they could just max it out by paying all the way. right? For that audience, this is a huge win-win. And I think a lot of people coming from that, they're not wrong to celebrate that this pack is out. But I really think Wiz needs to keep in mind that let's say that you just want to get these spellments without paying any crowns. You have to do a ton of Beast Moon. You have to get a bunch of reagents to craft a bunch of seeds. Then you have to plant a bunch of seeds, ideally during double gardening if you have either an elixir or the member benefit. And that's how you accumulate spellments. That's the best way right now, relatively for free, to get these spellments. If that sounds like a lot to you, the only other things you could do, let's say again, you don't want to spend crowns, is you could wait until there's like the PvE Beast Moon event for it to come out. And after you've gardened for these idols, or maybe played so much Beast Moon that you get these, you could get Moon Gold Dust from the PvE event and craft one spellment, right? Only one, 7 at a time. I did mention the Portal of Peril, but it's barely worth mentioning. There's like a recipe that you can basically get event spellments from if you do the Portal of Peril event. It's an abysmal amount for the effort that it takes to run through it. All of these free methods have something in common. It will take you dozens and dozens of hours to even upgrade some of these spells. It'll take even more to max them. It'll take a lot of time. That is an insane amount of effort to completely be canceled out by a pack, because now people are just going to feel like they're pushed to a pack way more than they ever would have been before. I think the value that's put on spellments isn't an easy value to come at, because once you max out a spell, you're done. You don't have to farm for it anymore. It has limited value in that sense, so maybe that's why they're valued so high. But think about the amount of time that you spend getting some of these spellments. That's a reason I always kind of feel disrespected by packs like this. Like, I totally get that, it's high and mighty coming from someone who's probably gotten all these Beast Moon spellments. I don't really have a need for them. But at the same time, as someone who's put in, maybe like, I don't know, 90% of the time a free-to-play player would probably put in trying to get all of these spellments, it does feel like the relationship between the time that you spend and the money that you pay to not do it, it seems all sorts of whack when it comes to like spellments specifically right now. There is also the possibility that this event spellment pack is not going to end up in a crown shop. I sincerely doubt it. I doubt they make a whole pack just to put it into the loyalty store. But this, if that is what this is, then I guess my concerns are not relevant at all to this. But if this does end up in the crown shop, I do think, while yes, it's cool that you don't have to farm and you can just pay crowns, whatever. This is not an issue that affects me, by the way. But it does feel like one step closer to yet another thing that you could just pay instead of playing the game at all for. Therein lies the nature of my conflict on this. I would love to hear y'all's thoughts about it. If all y'all found out is that this event spellman pack is now in the game, a lot of people have been looking forward to this. Good for you. I'm happy. But let me know what y'all's thoughts about this whole thing is. I look forward to reading all of y'all's comments. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Leave a sub if you're new. And if somebody hasn't told you you're awesome today, they doing something wrong. Stay awesome. See y'all soon. And yeah.